Dr. Marcy Ditmanson, A Life of Service. Dr. Marcy Ditmanson was born in Henan Province, China, March 4, 1919. His parents, Fred and Emma Ditmanson, were both American Lutheran overseas missionaries in China for 35 years. In 1936, at the age of 17, Dr. Ditmanson attended Augsburg College in Minneapolis, Minnesota. He graduated in 1940 with a Bachelor of Arts degree. During World War II, Dr. Ditmanson was interned in a Japanese concentration camp in China for 4 years. Because of all of the pain and suffering he saw the Chinese people go through during this war, he became seriously interested in becoming a doctor so that he could use medicine to share the love of God. At this camp, Dr. Ditmanson met his wife, Miss Joyce Stranks, in 1948. They were married in Australia. When mainland China was occupied by the communists, the couple went back to the United States to study medicine and prepare for a future as medical missionaries. Dr. Ditmanson had a deep love for the Chinese. So after he finished his medical training in the U.S., he took his family to Taiwan as medical missionaries. He spent his first year at the Mennonite Hospital in Hualien. During this year, he also surveyed Taiwan and felt that the southern Taiwan region was an area which medical work was needed. In August of 1958, the Ditmansons moved to Chiayi and began the temporary clinic mission. In 1960, Dr. and Mrs. Ditmanson were busy raising money from overseas to support the clinic, so that the people in Chiayi area could have good medical care.
In your visit with us today, we would like you to see some of the efforts being made to serve these people in the name of Christ. Although they are thrifty and hardworking, it is difficult for them to make a living, and most of them are poor. In rural areas especially, health standards are very low and medical facilities inadequate. There is a high incidence of tuberculosis, trachoma, parasitic infections, and other diseases. Many of the babies and children are malnourished. At selected places in this densely populated area, we are now having regular medical clinics. As some of the staff preach to the people, others are attending to their bodily needs. We feel deeply privileged to be here in Taiwan, trying in a small way to exemplify and pass on some of the love which God has shown us and which is for all people.
With God's blessing, Dr. Ditmanson received money from the Sunshine Circle Group at Trinity Lutheran Church and from friends in the U.S. to build a hospital in Chiayi. On April 29, 1962, Chiayi Christian Hospital was established with 30 beds. Dr. Ditmanson shared the love of Jesus while treating his patients. If his patients were poor, he would treat them free of charge. Or, if a patient's illness was not in his specialty, he would send the patient to another hospital to get proper treatment and pay for this treatment himself. Besides this, he often went to the seaside of Chiayi and to Ali Mountain to open free clinics for these areas that lacked medical care. In 1968, Dr. Ditmanson, at the age of 50, returned to the United States to study orthopedic surgery for 4 years at the University of Minnesota. After completing his studies, he used his new knowledge to treat those with polio, scoliosis, and fractures in Taiwan. Also, he opened up a physical therapy department at the hospital to help the handicapped in southern Taiwan. In 1978, Dr. and Mrs. Ditmanson received an award from the government of Taiwan for loving and helping the handicapped people in Taiwan. In the same year, Dr. Ditmanson earned the Exemplary Father Award in the Taiwan province, due to his good parenting skills. Besides these awards, he also received the Deputy of Good Deeds and Honorable Citizen in Chiayi awards In 1981, Dr. Ditmanson retired from Jai Christian Hospital, where he had worked for 20 years. Dr. Ditmanson donated his Jai Christian Hospital pension of $1 million NT back to Jai Christian Hospital to set up the Dr. Ditmanson Foundation. This foundation is to train Taiwanese students in medicine. At the age of 77, Dr. Ditmanson was recognized as an outstanding medical missionary in Taiwan. He received the 6th Medical Dedication Award from the Taiwan government.
If I receive this award, I think it would make it just a 代表我们全医院30多年的历史，有很多人一起盖了这个医院，所以这个 honor 应该不是我一个人 but for many people.
Jai Christian Hospital is changing now more than ever before. It has become known as the best medical center in the Jai and Yunlin areas. The hospital now offers new treatments for those who need it, such as open heart surgery, kidney transplants, and bone marrow transplants. These treatments have changed the lives of our patients, bringing them back to health once again. We appreciate Dr. Ditmanson for sharing his life and love of Christ with the Taiwanese people. May all the employees at Jai Christian Hospital follow his example of love in serving our patients. The patients that Dr. Ditmanson treated over the years also appreciated his care and put a high value on his expertise. Dr. Ditmanson not only treated patients, but shared the gospel with them. Those who worked with him at the hospital are thankful for what he taught them about caring for others. Dr. Ditmanson's life is a wonderful model, showing us how to love one another. We thank God for preparing Dr. Ditmanson to become a missionary to Jai, Taiwan, and for the love of Christ that we learned from him. Although he is no longer with us in this world, we know that he is with God and in his care. Dr. Ditmanson is not far away from us. He is still in our hearts and minds. Dr. Ditmanson will be missed forever.